I feel like every film has something kind of to say about the state of the world. What is Avengers Infinity War saying about the state of our world?
The movie itself will say it better than us, but yeah, we can.
We do. I mean, we like thematics in these films. I mean, I think it's important. Winter Soldier was about the surveillance state and the dangers of the surveillance state. Now we're looking at Cambridge Analytica and Facebook and data corruption and psyops and information wars and going, oh my God, there really was a problem there. I think that this film in particular, because we like thematics that tie into current issues, is about what does it cost to be a hero in a very complicated world, and does the value of doing what's right outweigh the cost? I think that is very prevalent on our minds as individuals and global citizens, and I think that we try to take things that are important to us and infuse them into the storytelling.
Joss Whedon said after he made Age of Ultron, it kind of broke him.
Yeah.
You guys broken? You okay?
We're still kicking.
Yeah. We're okay. I mean, I think because there were two of us, it was a very different experience for us, and it's a lot. He's writing, he's directing, he's doing it all. He's going home at night and reworking the script. But there's two of us, and it'd be hard enough to try to accomplish one of these movies in a year. We did two of them, but I think because we'd done two prior Marvel films, we have a system in place. We work with the same crew. We have a great support system. We have an incredible VFX team that's been working with us on all four movies. Our DP has been with us for all four films. So we've developed a shorthand where I think we can move efficiently now through the material.
So another thing that Whedon said about Thanos, said he struggled to make him relatable. I mean, how have you gone about trying to achieve that? I mean, I know you can't tell us too much, but
sure.
How did you approach it?
Well, that was our whole jumping off point with the story, because we knew the character has only been so lightly teased so far that, I think we began our whole process in thinking about these movies like, who is Thanos really? And where can we take him? And what can we do with him? And I think realizing that he was like the touchstone that would connect every single element of the MCU led us to start to think about him as the central character of this movie. And so we were, I think we really filled him out on a very complex level. He's one of our favorite characters that we've worked with thus far in the MCU. And Josh Brolin is such an amazing actor. He brought an amazing performance, amazing complexity to it. But he's a very complex character in the same way that we like our heroes to be complex. We like our villains to be complex. They're not wholly evil. There is a dimension to him that is altruistic, that actually he has an intelligence. And he believes that what he's doing is going to be good for people, even though his means of achieving it are sociopathic. So anyway, yeah, he's a very central figure for us in the story.
There's Ant-Man and the Wasp and Captain Marvel, I believe, are coming out in between.
Right.
So how much conversations were you having with the directors, the filmmakers of those films, and how much did that affect whether, character inclusions that you were going to have? Like, you don't know, obviously you can't tell us details of narrative, but like, how much does that affect, and how much are you working together to create maybe a more cohesive narrative so it feels like the phase?
Yeah, I mean, the way that Marvel does it, which is great, is everybody kind of stays out of everybody else's hair, but we have good lines of communication to one another. So, for instance, when we were working on our film, Ryan Coogler and Taika Waititi were filming their movies. And as you know, movies evolve and change. So we stayed in constant communication with Ryan and Taika just about what direction they were taking the characters in, so that when they came into our film, which was chronologically going to happen after theirs, we knew what the essence of what the characters were, if there were any new characters that we could work with out of each world. Same with with those directors, that they would come spend time on our set and then get an idea of where we were going with Infinity War, and then that would allow them then to craft their own stories. Again, that keeps personal authorship and keeps it personal to them. And that's basically how we do it.
I'm a massive fan of the Civil War comic book, the one Mark Millar did. What you have with this film is like the sheer amount of like heroes. Now, obviously in hindsight now, when you have this amount of heroes, would you have liked to maybe have thrown a few more of them into Civil War? Because there's just so many in that one as well. It's
hard to second guess. Again, that's part of the beauty of these movies is that there's so many different directions that you can go. There's so many different choices you can make. And I think that's part of the fun of the process for Joe and I, is just like in those early days, feeling out where we want to go with a movie, sitting with Marcus and McFeely, the writers, talking through all the possibilities. And like, once you center on a road and just running with it. Yeah, I don't think we have any regrets about the choices we made. I think we're very happy with it. But yeah, the material is sort of infinitely malleable.
This is really random. Something came up saying that Silver Surfer, like on a Metacritic site, said Silver Surfer with like this kind of actor. Is like, what is that about? How did it even like kind of happen? Do you know?
I don't think we own Silver Surfer. So
I didn't think
do it. Right. But you know, it's sort of fan wish fulfillment. And you know, look, if this Disney Fox deal goes through, there's gonna be a lot more characters coming into the Marvel universe. So some of those crazy fan theories may come true.
It was going to be Infinity War Part 1 and 2, but you've said these feel very different and very separate movies. Yeah. You know, is it going to end on a cliffhanger? Like, are we going to be like, oh, dun dun dun, like?
No, I mean, it's a complete story. You know, it's got a beginning, a middle, and an end, and the next movie has a beginning, a middle, and an end. In the same way that Civil War handed off to Infinity War, Infinity War will hand off to the next movie. So, you know, it's serialized storytelling without question. So there is going to be a correlation narratively, but we really wanted to make two distinct movies. We weren't interested in making one long film and getting out the scissors and cutting it in half. It's just, we don't find that a satisfying, you know, cinematic experience. So this is a complete story. That's a complete story, and they're very different movies.
In some of the movies, at the very end, if you stay to the end, past post-credits, it says, you'll see the Avengers back in this movie. Is that when you're going to reveal the title? Is that like premiere? No?
It's going to be quite some time before we reveal the title. We need people to see this movie, digest this movie, and then, you know, we can tell them what the next story is they're going to see.
Obviously, you do have so many characters, and you probably had like a wish list of far more than actually appeared in the movie. Are there any ones that you can tell us that you didn't manage to?
I mean, I don't know. We look at that poster. It's like, who's left?
I
don't know who we didn't get.
I think we are just struck with, I think we're, you know, the amount of people we were able to work with, which is like, I think an unprecedented number of characters in a single film. I don't know that anyone's ever seen a movie like this before. And I think that we're just sort of, we're grateful for the opportunity to bring the people to the table who we were able to, you know.
How drastically different will Phase 4? 4 we are now?
Yeah.
Yeah, how drastic? Because I feel like we've done 10 years of
yeah.
Thanos. What can we expect next? Is it going to be massively different?
I think massively different. I think that, you know, it's like this is the, you know, if Marvel's been writing a book for 10 years, this is the end of the book. And then someone's going to go write a new book. Who knows what that new book will be, but it's going to, you know, this is an ending, and then that'll be a new beginning.
Kree Skrull Rolls, yeah?
That's right.
Wink if it's yes.
There's lots of stuff coming.